Well, good morning. Just need to wait until I'm, here we go. There we go. Well, happy 2025. We hope. We hope. Yeah, it's a brand new year. Tell you the truth, I went to bed last night about 6:30. Heard a bunch of yelling and that around 10. Thought it was midnight. Said my rabbits, and all that. And went back to sleep. Woke up a couple of hours later with more yelling and fireworks and did my rabbits again. So yeah, I managed to celebrate New Year's twice in 2025. I must say 2024. One of the most challenging years. I actually think the last 5 years in one sort of segment. And hopefully this year, as 2024 came to a close, that cycle changed because it most definitely was the most challenging 5 years of my entire life. And, there were a few times last year that I really didn't think I'd be here to see 2025. I was so ill, but here I am. And let's go. I don't know. Yesterday I had a pretty slow day. But here's what has these white tints of the dark ones, but I think I like the dark glasses better. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Gail. I'm a content creator. Have been doing so for about 30 years. I have a few medical disorder problems and pain problems, and I'm autistic, and there you go. I sort of like have sort of last month started doing these live streams. It sort of morphed into a video journal that often wanders off in other directions. So let's see what we did yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty slow day. Mind you, I'm in Geoguessr. I play Geoguessr every day. I play tournament, and I like I do the daily challenge. I didn't miss it after 200 and something days. I'm on the way to my 365 day badge, day 40 something. Anyways, yesterday I did quite well. Got a silver. I was pleased with myself. I think I played I have to play 22 competition games a week. I think I played 2 yesterday. Won one, lost one. Let's see. What did I do today? Did a whole lot of stimming. I was having a hard day yesterday. Just sort of having one of my autistic things I don't care for is my taste, smell, but also touch. And I had the feeling as everything was bothering my skin surface, my nerves. I do have peripheral neuropathy too, but I don't think it was that. So I noticed there was quite a bit of stimming, and to calm myself down, I grabbed some misplay. I played some something cards, with the colored cards, something 10 cards, level 10, whatever. Played some of that, and that game where you take out the screws, some Candy Crush, and that sort of kept me from doing. I don't do the hit as much as a child. It was not to do that, but I noticed that my feet managed to take over where my hands are not allowed. So yeah, so this place did. Not only did it calm me down a bit, I get points when I play misplay for playing the games that I trade for this glasses. I need contacts or something. I get points. Oh, there! Happy New Year, Isla. Yeah, I was just talking about how I was using my playing misplay games yesterday. I was having a bit of a autistic sensation day. That one where everything is bothering your skin, clothing, everything. But yeah, after playing a misplay for a good hour maybe, yeah, I calmed down quite a bit. Let's see, what else did I do? I've added links to most of these things I talk about just to make things easier. I used to do it afterwards, but I would forget what I was talking about, so it didn't work. Oh, they arrested a Vancouver man to genetic genealogy in a 1996 Ottawa homicide. They found him with the jet match. Apparently, they were working with the Ottawa police were working with the Vancouver police for a year on this. But I'm a big promoter of GEDmatch. I had my DNA done. How many years ago? About 2016, I guess. And I was an early adopter to GEDmatch and yes, hey, if the police find somebody in my family tree that's done something quite horrific, I give them my permission that they can use my tree in any way possible um, to solve that crime. But yeah, another genetic genealogy murder, homicide, arrest. I can remember when the Golden State Killer was announced, and it happened to be, I think, on DNA Day, and it was just amazing that they could use family trees that the public could put together to be able to put it. In fact, excuse me, if I was a lot younger and thinking about a career, I think it definitely would be going to the forensics of genetic genealogy. I'm really good at. I love genealogy. I create. Give me a reason to create to do someone's tree, and I'll do it. I've probably done the most extensive David Bowie um, family tree anywhere. It's on you search for it, you find it on Ancestry, which I've also put on through his biography about newspaper clippings through his life and everything. Um, let's move on. I could talk about genetic genealogy all day. Maybe we'll come back to that. But I'll forget where I'm going if I don't. Yeah. Did my regular Google and social media promotion. Oh yeah, Science Fiction Day is tomorrow. It's Isaac Asimov's birthday. So on my website, which is linked down below, go cybernaut.com. I've got a link to there, and you will find um, upcoming events in the next week or week and a half. And at the top, or near the top, you will find the Science Fiction Day. And what I've done is I've listed handpicked, maybe half a dozen good old, like 1950s, 60s classic sci-fi. So if you got nothing to do today or tomorrow, there you go. You got a whole day of movies. After that, let's see. Over to Google. Put in a bunch more pages to be indexed. We're still standing at 362 pages, so we've got about 280 pages to go. One at a time, they're getting in there. I think you're allowed to put 10 or so in a day. I finished unit 3 of the immersive experience of my course. Once I need to read it out again. Taking a course at Cambridge Continuing Education online and in platforms and performance, digital platforms and performance, which up to now has been like more of a script writing course, but for games. So I think we're going to be moving on to maybe more what I can take away more interest. What are we moving next? So app theater and pod plays, new possibilities. Well, I guess even though I'm going to be writing scripts for podcasts, pod plays, online pod plays. I'm sure I can take that and move that around somehow into my work. I hope so. I want to get something out of it. Oh, Miles was being a bit naughty yesterday, and I think I found the perfect. What it was, his daddy went out to buy all the food for Miles, make Miles food, so he was just being naughty. So I sat him down in the bed, and I put on this. It was like a 6-hour video. I didn't put it around for 6 hours, but the video up from a shelter. All the shelter dogs running around having a good time, and I thought he'd be You'd be amazed by the animation. But no, the dogs movie, and of course he was. But then I started telling him that this is, he's very, very lucky to have a mommy and daddy that love him, and they go especially to on New Year's Eve to make him his special food, and he's got a cozy bed, and these dogs have no mommy and daddy. And then I sort of took a special liking to a dog, which I call Honey. I made her name up. She was a cute little dog. It's like she had a short body, like a dachshund, but a tail and a head like a golden retriever. I'm telling you, if wherever this shelter was, I would have gone down and brought Honey home. She was a sweetheart. So I started telling Miles about, Honey looks like a good girl. Look, I remember. He got in trouble from going into the recycling, which we keep up, and stealing a Kleenex. I said, Honey's got short legs. She'd never be able to reach up to the recycling. Oh, she'd be such a good girl. Look what a good girl Honey was. Oh my goodness, Miles. He was like, Mommy, love me. I'm so sorry. I'll never take a Kleenex again. So now I know. And he's being a naughty boy. And you have to remind him. Isn't this like when we were kids when we were supposed to eat all the food off our plates? Our parents remind us of those who are less fortunate. Well, that was the kind of situation. And if you haven't figured it out, if you're listening on, you don't know. Miles is my dog. I should have said that at first because it maybe made more sense. First sip of the day. Yeah, so we did that while Daddy was shopping, and then it was making the food. But it's really, I don't know what was going on with me yesterday, but maybe it was the end of, I think it was a lot to do with last year was such a hard year, such an emotional year. I was kind of not with it yesterday. Like I'm saying, the autism, the touch sense. I don't even know what you call. The sensation of all your skin. It just everything just felt like really, really on edge. And there was never not anything going wrong. It was just I was just in that state. I think I was just so wanting to get rid of 2024. I read on my page. I have a page all about New Year's. On Go Cybernaut about traditions. That there's an Irish tradition that you open up your windows and doors and let the old year out. And it's funny because like I say, I went to bed about 6:30, and when I got at midnight, and there's fireworks going off, and Miles is like growling, what's going on? And I'm going around and opening all the windows and the doors, and my husband's just asking what I'm doing. I'm letting the old year leave. And that's exactly what I was doing. It was not a good year. It was such a trying year. And it's one of those, no matter how hard you try. But, good things did happen. I moved to a new, larger server. I started coming out of my comfort zone of coming online here. Finding that even though I have been ill since the first week of October, so I've been pretty well in bed. That hasn't stopped me. My bedroom has become my office and my studio and all that. I never thought I would go on long though. You worry about people judging you. I think what a lot of it to do with is the more acceptance of a older adult autism and that, and because you spend so many decades worried about being judged because you're not really being in yourself. I think coming online here has thank you. I was doing great. Coming on here has really helped me in that aspect. I mean, I'm telling you, in September, there's no way I would have even considered coming in front of a camera. Maybe in the last 30 years. I've got a lot of videos. You'll notice I got a lot of old videos down below, and very rarely do you see me. Once or twice if my mother is filming. I think once on my honeymoon, and that's about it. Uh, I don't know what it is, but I think also, like I was saying, the more acceptance and people are realizing that people just think differently, and it's not wrong. It's just different. It's really sort of give me the freedom, I guess, also to find out who myself is and to become myself. But also, I feel so much optimism for the younger people, and even people. I mean, I'm saying younger. I'm talking maybe people in their 40s that are just finding out that they have autism, or people, in their 20s, or even children. It's becoming. It's okay to be different. I don't know what everybody is so afraid of about. It seems like being different is people get suspicious and fearful. Um, maybe there's just so much fear that if you think about life in the news, and yeah, it seems like people are constantly being fearful of this, fearful of that, and they've learned to be fearful against anybody who doesn't think like them. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year. Like I think for me, I'm glad to push 2024 out the door, where it belongs, and welcome 2025 with sort of a new path to wisdom, I guess. Um, for me, but I'm very very worried about outside events still. Like I can't let myself get wrapped up in them. It'll be a bit too much. But they're going to be changing. I mean Canada, but they're going to be changing their government, in a week's time, and that scares me more than anything. I don't know what's going to happen. Now we've got um, what are these people that wear the red hats? The MAGA people. Now they're fighting within themselves, and it seems like I mean, I'm don't listen to the news. Stay away from the news, but it's still going to happen, and I'm just too close. And I'm worried. Anyways, I'm worried for that. Um, I think I'm at the age now, 67. I can stop worrying about things like that. But I want to have a good year. I don't need all this distraction of all this stuff. I want to move forward, and it's tough enough as it is. This whole thing, this tariff thing is going to be tit for tat. Okay, like first of all, if you're in the United States, please understand this 25% tariff. We as a Canadian are paying your tariff. That's like a tax to you. So we're going to start off 2025 like okay, anything from Canada, you are not going to be paying 25% more for. But you're not taking it away from us. But then again, um, we're probably going to do the same thing, and everything's going to become more. Everything's already unaffordable, and it's going to become much more unaffordable. And I just wish people could take a look at thing rather than taking people's word for it. Look into things and how things work. Okay, listen, autumn's ilises. It's starting to be one of them mornings. You know how many times I had to set up this chat that I hit back and I had to start all over again this morning. Like, okay, Isla, which is V Team Paranormal. Also, it's a Vancouver Island medium and paranormalist. Is that what they're called? Who judges every morning? Anyway, she says, very true. Once I found out that I had autism, it made sense I was the way I was, and my twin sister. And isn't that like, it's like, it's very free. It's like eureka. Yes, but it's like I've always known, but I've had to sort of keep it up. Well, I haven't always known. I've known since I was young, but it's like I've always had to sort of keep it. Let's keep it on the down low. This isn't something to talk about. And I had a brother with a brain injury, so that I guess our family saw things about different when when they uh, they viewed the different ways the brain may work. But it gives a sense of freedom now that it's okay. I still worry though about some people's judgments, um, or that even that you feel like sometimes you have to prove. Okay, I have autism, but I need to prove this to you. Maybe this is because all for for when you're for 60 years or 50 years you're trying to prove that you don't have it. You still need that proof, that feeling that you have to prove yourself to other people, prove that the way that you are. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot easier as long as things don't change too much. I'm worried about the American school system and their they have special education plans for people that may learn differently, and I'm afraid that they might start doing away with stuff like that. I mean, like I'm saying, here's the news again. I don't know what's true and what's not. They don't like vaccinations. They don't like education. They don't see anything wrong with an 11-year-old rape victim giving birth. I mean, what's next? And there you go. There's the scary stuff again. But I just feel that I hope it doesn't hurt people with disabilities, with people with neurodiversity, people living on the edges that already is, and maybe in poverty. It's a big mess, and we're gonna spec watch it. Popcorn time. I'm 67. I don't need to be involved. Let's see anything else. What else did you do? The dog TV and did the dog food. We got about 2 weeks of dog food put away now, and you'll be quite happy. Um, I'm fooling around with using this chat, the artificial intelligence to sort of annotate my videos. So I worked a bit on. I had done the one tiger claw, kung fu one, which right away my husband's Sifu, who is teacher from way back in the 70s, found it and was amazed because he was narrating it. So I thought, hey, that worked. So I think I did the same with a little bit of change. It's a set of about 5 videos I have linked down. I actually have a link in the description down below. And I thought, well, I'll try a few of the other ones and see how that works. So I'm going to do a little bit. I'm still not able to sit up, which is why I'm laying like this. So once I can only sit up for a little time, so I'm doing maybe 1 or 2 videos. I got over 100 videos I think below the annotations, just to see if how that works. That's a real experiment of mine. And finally, at the end of the day being like 4 o'clock, I put a movie on Netflix called Woman of the Hour. And I've heard about this story. It's based on a true story about I've been interested in true crime and serial killers. And there's a serial killer that appeared on the dating game. Apparently, he was a contestant, and it's basically a movie about that. It's about this guy, and I can't remember his name. Although I'm probably gonna look him up because now I'm really curious after watching a movie which is basically a fictional account um, of the story. But I'm interested in looking up this dating game serial killer. I guess it was in the late 70s. That was a dramatization. It was okay. There's nothing special. Um, it was interesting. Something to watch. And that was it for the end of the day for me. I was gone to sleep, and that was my end. 2024. I think I just wanted to get rid of it as soon as possible. I'm so tired. I'm tired of that last 5 years. First thing I did today was I put up my new calendar of quirky holidays, and I can't wait to take a look at that and start creating content for some quirky holidays. So those were my plans. Those were my plans for yesterday. My plans for today include. I think it's going to be a plan. I want to try to make this plan for the year. It's just I want to play it as it comes, moment by moment. No plans are the plans, and just go with fun what I feel like doing. Yeah. I just said I'm just taking one day at a time. You got it. That's exactly my That's exactly my way of thinking. I've gone through the making the plans, and all that happens when you make plans is A, you get disappointed when they don't run out, and B, maybe you miss out on the opportunities that are naturally coming to you. But yeah, and also, yeah, I should be retired. I do the website and that because it fulfills my autistic tendencies, so to speak, is to create lists and to put content together and to make the internet an easier place for people who do not like bells and whistles, flashing light, pop-ups, pop-unders. Hey, subscribe to my newsletter. You can't get out of this page. I'm now asking you to phone this number so that I can steal money from you to get you out of this page. I'm tired of all these distractions on the internet. So, like I say, I go through, I put up with that stuff so that when I do need to find the information, I can quickly. What I do is I go to my website, go cybernaut.com, scroll down to the sitemap. Maybe I should put the sitemap at the top too. Click on there, and I've got everything I've done alphabetically. So, I can usually find what I need in 2 or 3 clicks of something. Anything that I've covered. Um, and what I don't cover triggering things. Like there's sure certain things that would trigger me. Um, um, I so I trigger trigger I trigger. So basically, what wouldn't trigger me is holidays and celebrations, and basically I look at. I think there's enough negativity in the world. There's enough uh, dark stuff happening in that. I don't need to contribute to that. So I created a website just to let's celebrate. Everybody celebrates something just about every day. You know, we're celebrating a new year right now, and it doesn't matter where you live. By birth, if you're born in a place nobody likes, that's not your fault. And if there's a celebration there, by all means, you should celebrate it. No matter what things may be going on around or what the political climate may be like. So yeah, so that's what, and of course in the celebrating, hey, we're celebrating. Say for instance, we're celebrating Mongolia Day is coming up. I'll put like all the Mongolian information, like links to Mongolian travel and government, and weather and culture, and whatever you need to know about Mongolia. And a few videos and any radio stations. There's not very many in Mongolia. I think there was only 3 or 4 Mongolian radio stations. Big fan of radio stations. So I like make lists of radio stations. So I cover a lot of countries. I can make a lot of lists. I was going to listen actually to radio stations across the globe yesterday for New Year's, but I just couldn't get into it. I did watch, and I think I linked it down below. I had a webcam channel on it. It just sort of changed from city to city, and that was kind of interesting. But I don't know. I just sort of got into this real funk mood, and I think I was just letting go of that all that all that came with the last year and the last 5 years. Why? Every now and then you get a challenging one, and I guess it makes you stronger. But when you get older, it's a lot harder to be stronger. I'm going to try to sit here. I'm going to try to sit now that I've talked about my day. So, I have any plans either for today. I'm not sure if you're going to do a live stream today or take it easy. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's it. My neck is. I am in full hippie mode today, folks. I would be if I had my peace headband on. But I think it's a good way to start the day. I'm keeping my sparkly lights up, even though I've taken all my Christmas decorations down. I found that the little sparkly lights, I don't like it bright. It's not one of my things, but the sparkly lights, excuse me, add a little bit of just enough light. Yeah, so I have this. Good morning, David. Good morning, David Bowie. This here, my calendar. There's a calendar right there. See, my new calendar. There's a space there. Also, I'm hoping Koa Rothman will send me his broken surfboard. I can use that as an inspiration. Be like Koa. Be like an ant. Persevere and never give up. But that's a long shot. I've often thought of putting a little map there for the Geoguessr thing, but then I realized that I pretty well have anything on a world map on the wall. Probably better sticking in my brain to. I won't be going over the wall and looking at playing Geoguessr. I don't have time. So that face went over. And then I was going to do this over my bed here, but that is my, actually it's like a huge silk screen. Ooh, we got 1 year at the Vancouver Folk Music Festival. Actually, it was the best year. I can remember the day. Gongagiri was playing on the stage. And my husband, I don't know, bought it on a whim. And it's sort of followed us. Well, that's got to be like 15 years ago. It's followed us ever since. And here we are. January 1st. No plans. But I will write everything down as I do it. Add the links as I do it. Because it seems like, I don't know, maybe it's a good idea to have a video journal. That's how I started really finding the real people on YouTube. The real people that actually have lives with tears and happiness. And it's actually Tanya FM. I haven't got her link down below. Maybe I probably won't remember to put it on, but Isla says, nope, I'm doing a live stream today, but it's my adopted brother Stephen's second year anniversary of his passing on January 7th. So I may do a live stream and share some of the videos we did together. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Oh, that's not very long to have lost your brother. It's still very, very fresh, I'm sure, in your heart. My brother passed on January 17th, but we're talking 2012. Wow, 12 years ago. Sure doesn't seem like 12 years ago. The older you get, it seems, the passage of time seems shorter and shorter. Here's to the ones that we've lost. I find that too as I get older, especially on Facebook, more and more friends that I've had are passing away, and that you don't expect, And it's just like, especially when you're young together and things like that. It's like, wow, how could that happen? But I lost my sister last year. My family has yet to tell me so. It happened in September. But I guess they figure, hey, I have ancestry. I'll notice that her name is now not hidden because she has an end date. But yeah, it would have been, I don't know. Even though her and I didn't really have much of a relationship, I still think it would have been kind of like the right thing for somebody to tell me. Because it was kind of a shocking way to come across it on Ancestry. Isla says, yep, but I feel his spirit with me. He has helped me in spirit after he passed away. That's really, really good. I sort of the same way with my mother. I really keep her in my heart, and we still have a lot of conversations. I especially miss her at Christmas time because that was our time. We went out and we shopped and we went out for lunch, and I'm just so happy to have. We did that throughout the year, other days too. We would go. She lived across the street from the Richmond Center Mall in Richmond, BC, and we go to the mall for the day and just window shop and have a lunch and have a coffee, and you miss those little things. So any of you that you still have loved ones with you, and don't pass up opportunity to do that, because the day will come. That's what you have. But yeah, I do hold her in my heart and remember those times and talk to her. It's amazing how fast time does pass. So with her, it's been 13 years. It'd be 13, 20, 11. Yeah, 14 years this August. Well, my father has been in 30 years. It's boy, does time ever slip away. I'm glad though. I'm glad that I've created a lot of home videos. There's more that I need to. Almost time to get that editor out of the closet in the videos and see if I've got any more older home videos, because I'm finding that even for the family, like my nieces lost their father, and we've got quite a bit. We got a lot of video of him and that, and of course, they've got small children that were born after he passed, so it's nice they can say this is Grandpa. I do have like a Christmas one of 1990. I think I'd really like to find, because it was like the whole family was there. So yeah, there's my project. Another project for 2025 is get those videos out. And anybody who has home video, get them digitized, get them somehow to videotape. If they're on videotape, it doesn't last forever. I basically used my videotapes once, created copy of whatever master ones I had, and put them away. Unfortunately, I put music to it, and I done realizing if I want to put up on YouTube one day, because of course YouTube didn't exist. It was 10, 20 years, 30 years before YouTube, that you can't put this music up because it's copyrighted. So I've got to go over and re-edit with the music that YouTube allows, which is kind of corny sometimes, but they got some good stuff. I don't know, to keep the raw video. I'm always worried that some Isla says love never dies. That's for sure. It doesn't. But I'm always afraid of leaving the back talking, because maybe somebody will say something. I won't catch it. They didn't want it to be said, I have a certain family member that was quite into gossip about other people in the family. And even though it may have not been quite on the video, could be heard in the background most times. And, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or somebody come out and cause some kind of family rift, even though it seems like the family doesn't really too much with each other anymore. Now that most of them have passed away, I guess. But we'll see. I don't know if I want to hear anything that was said about me, because the one thing you notice about people that gossip, so you got a family member or a friend or something that's always talking about somebody else, like I'm doing right now. I always think, well, talk about this person, that person, this person, that person. That's pretty much in the family to be complaining. Well, Ooh, there are people yelling outside. I guess they're stopping the party. Are they talking? They're probably talking about me too. So now I'm on the premise that, okay, again, it's the judge thing, being judged by whatever probably inaccurate conversation has come their way about me. Oop, look at Miles. He's a growling. He says people should not be partying at 5:30 and 5:36 in the morning. I have no New Year's resolutions. I'm not really a resolution person. It's too hard to keep them. But that Chase Hughes, he's got that mind-setting, brainwashing technique of figuring out where you want your dopamine to come from and brainwashing yourself to go after that. And that sounds like a good plan to me. I don't link it here. I linked it in yesterday's video. I'm waiting for his next in the series of videos to come out to know what to do next. Mostly, I think I'm getting my dopamine from Geoguessr. Geoguessr. I have to look at my autism work. I put autism workbook, and I have to take a look at where I get my pleasure from it, because mostly that. I mean, come on, it's hard to go by. I've been in the whole last season. I've been in bed, get my pleasure from sitting up. Yeah, listen, setting goals is hard for sure. It is. I'll set goals, but I'm the kind of person I got to set the goal for the day. Or I'm going to set too many goals, and there's no more. If I can get actually, keeping track here, I writing down so I can talk about here what I did the day before is good. It's good because I guess it's sort of, I didn't set the goals, but these things happened, and it's like, more than one thing happens, and even if that one thing, I didn't even mention about Emmerdale. Even if I sat and watched 1991 June Emmerdale for the whole day, that happened, and that's good. That's another thing I did yesterday. Caught up my Emmerdale. Put a link down below where I am if you want to catch up with me. I'm in the middle of June, I think, in 1991, and I don't know what's going on. It's a whole bunch of stuff is going on if you want to get into it. It's probably not worth talking about here because I'm probably the only person that's actually watching Emmerdale 1991 June right now. But I gotta say, if I do that all day, I've accomplished it, and my goal would have been to, for whatever reason, watch it. And I watched the new, and Emmerdale. We sort of left on a cliffhanger again because it is New Year's Eve. Little April is still missing. Left with somebody under the ice with their head and just pushing up. So I'm wondering, who is that person? I don't think it's April, because I saw April get into a car, and the hands look like a man's hands. So who is going to be offed on Emmerdale today? Well, it'll probably take about a few weeks, how things are in soap operas. But yeah, just writing it down and recording it here, it's a good thing. Going back to these video journals, I started watching Tanya FM. She just comes on every day and records a day throughout the day. But, it's somewhat comforting to see a real person. There's been just so much I don't know, people try. It's really weird. It seemed like that for a while, like maybe it was just the influencers or people trying to be influencers, but it was all about sort of flaunting what you have in the material sense in that. And, all made up and not letting barriers down. I found, when you're bedbound, not allowed to even sit, and YouTube becomes your outlet to the world, you find people maybe you wouldn't have found before. And I've managed to stumble across, a few really YouTubers that are real people, that are the real deal, that have given me giving me the inspiration that what's wrong with being real and coming on, talking about your real life. More people probably relate to your real life than somebody else's materialistic life. But yeah, the materialism is just getting too much. I'm like, this is really, first of all, it's really bad for the environment. You can't be getting so much stuff all the time. You don't need all that stuff either. But it's all became about what I have, what you can send me, and staying away from who I am. Isla says, after my brother died, I felt stuck and didn't want to do anything. I still feel stuck and have trouble getting things done. I was the same way when I lost my therapy companion dog, Lucy. Oh. And coming up to the first anniversary, which was last August, the first week of August. I spent a month worrying about that. Even getting Miles, thinking Miles is going to fill this hole. And I felt stuck. It's only really been, actually, I think doing these lives has helped me get out of that, because it was really hard for me to get out of bed. I would just be so sad. It just became such a part of my life, eh? And this may sound silly, but I last September I got a stuffy, a little German short-haired stuffy, and I talk to her now, and I guess still you gotta you can always have that peace with you. Love is just so profound when you lose it. It is. I think you can tell. Like now, even now, I'm overwhelmed with emotion. I know what you mean by being stuck. I kind of felt, with my brother though. He had been put into a home because he had a brain injury. So for maybe the last year and a half, he was in a home. But I remember, even now, I can't even kind of believe it. Even though he had the brain injury and his mind he was young in his mind, and that he was always my big brother, eh? And that was just, I couldn't believe. But yeah, with my dog, I did truly feel stuck. I think when something is so much a part of your life, it just how do you move on? How do you go on with your new life? I guess. But and also, in October, I got very, very ill. So ill. Being told to get over it by people, I thought, no, you'll never get over it. You don't get over it. Like, what is even that? You don't move on. But I guess you have to learn to somehow find comfort in a way in it. And you've got the gift that you can communicate. I don't know if you find that. I think if it was me, and I think that I do communicate with Lucy and my mom. That's what you do. You don't get over it. You just continue, but you continue it in a different realm. I have to remember, you have to think that, my mother was in her 90s and she was blind and totally deaf. And she, had fallen and broken her arm because she didn't know where she was going. She couldn't see. And that really killed me. That was, the last thing, about a month before she passed away, that here she is. She's got this broken arm. They're putting a cast on. She doesn't know what they're doing. And I have to think that, and then she wouldn't eat. She refused to eat. And, she's where she wants to be. And I have to think she's, Gary joined her. My brother joined her a year later, but she's with, she's with her other children. Because I've had siblings pass away beforehand. So, and I have to believe she's with them. She's not blind. She's not deaf. And of course, she still feels me. But I allow her to be. I allow her to be with them for now. It's just, it's a hard, it's a hard thing to deal with when you lose somebody. And they say when you're autistic, you don't have empathy. They don't understand. This whole double empathy means what it means. It doesn't mean we have a lot of empathy. There's, like with anybody, you have degrees of empathy. When I had my DNA done, I sent it off to the other lab that sort of tests for whatever you may have. Like I have Crohn's disease and all the genetic things. And it turns out there's a gene that secretes that stuff. What's that stuff that makes you feel empathy? The stuff you have when you have a baby. What's it called? I can't remember. I have the gene where it sort of switches on, and this just comes rushing out all the time. Gosh, I must remember oxytocin. So it's not that drug, is it? Whatever that is. Anyways, so I have an off switch for it. So I'm thinking, wow, if I'm autistic and autistic people, I don't have empathy, I'm in real trouble here, right? But it turns out, no, we do have empathy. What they're talking about is the understanding of sometimes we don't all the time be able to read people's faces, people's motivations, that type of thing. I think it's not so much having the empathy, but for me, it's giving the benefit of the doubt. I really do believe in a person 100% that they have the option to be good or bad, or to cheat me, or to lie to me, or to be nice to me, or whatever. And I'll give them that. I give them that an option. It's funny because a lot of people are surprised by that, because I'll give people that option that really look like they don't deserve it. And yeah, it hasn't worked out for me a lot of times. but maybe it's because I can't read their motivation sometimes. Maybe that's what it is. But I think that isn't that what the double empathy thing is? I'll have to look that up. Let me write that down so I can talk about it tomorrow. This whole double empathy thing. Double empathy. Look into that. And I want to look into that dating game killer too. Okay. And also catch up on all of my YouTubers that I follow, which consists of about 3. So I gotta go check out Tanya to do every day, because in her daily journal there's always a nugget of inspiration or good advice, whether she knows it or not. That one lady has brought me so much through. Make sure I put her in my link tomorrow. She's really helped me, and I gotta let her know how much she's helped me, because it's going through her journey of grief and loss and everything that has basically helped me find myself. Yeah, after being stuck, and there we go. We're going full circle with that. So yeah, because it was when I was, and it was right around New Year's, the first week of January, or mid-January latest, and I searched for. I couldn't take it anymore. I could not. I was just so heartbroken for it had been like 4 months of just and I think I went into YouTube and I said, I just searched heartbroken, give me the latest video, and Tandy came up, and in her story of the loss of her marriage, basically. Yeah, that girl said that's what helped me get unstuck. And And then, of course, getting super ill. Everything's for a reason, I guess. Is putting me. I watch a lot of YouTubers. Um, I watched a lot of YouTubers, but I came across the Elizabeth Veronica, the mom of 5, who was about to be evicted, going through divorce, and reality. This is me. No makeup. Hi, I'm waking up. Look at me. I'm going to cry. This is real. 100% real person. And I thought, okay, she can do it. I'm going to try it. So, yeah, that's what got me unstuck. We were actually the YouTubers and being, Isla says she's been accused of not showing empathy for others. Yeah, it's not that we not show empathy. It's just that, again, we think differently. So our empathy is maybe is displayed in a different way. And it is difficult for us to read the motivations of others sometimes. And it's hard. It's hard, to know when to show empathy at the right time. I think maybe my problem is I don't show it at the right time. I mean, for instance, I cannot go to a dog show. Even at the Pacific National Exhibition in Vancouver, the PNE, they used to have a dog show where they did tricks and all this stuff. I'd be sitting there crying. There'd be tears, And, if that was my dog. And I still, at probably the time, owned 4 or 5 dogs because we always had lots of dogs. It's not like I was lacking dogs. But, yeah, dogs are my linchpin. We show empathy. It's just, again, everybody's different. We're not all on the spectrum. We're all on different spectrums of different things. But this particular umbrella here that I'm under, empathy, maybe a different thing. There goes my TV. Empathy's a different thing. It's a confusing thing. But we definitely do show it, and we definitely do feel it. Everybody's different. Everybody reacts, thinks, depending on how their brain works, what their history is. And again, it goes to what we're shown in the media, what we're shown in the news, and sort of taking it at face value of this. You got to research your stuff. And I'm doing the best to try to provide the resources for people to research their stuff. But get to know somebody with autism. Autism, we come in all sorts with shapes and sizes. We're not all like constantly having to, even though we want to, we're not all like intellectually disabled. Some of us, we all have superpowers in different ways. I always try to think about now is autism is my superpower. I think different. I am fortunate to be able to see things differently and think differently than other people. And you said it the other day, Isla, it would be such a boring place if we were all exactly the same. Can you imagine? We'd all be wearing red hats and wanting to take over the country. Gee. But sure enough, yeah, maybe we do have I like different. I think everybody has sensitivities. Come on. I don't think there's a person on this earth can say that I am totally without sensitivity to something. It's just that, I'm more in touch and aware of my sensitivities of things touching me, my skin, the way I feel, what I smell. Oh my gosh. I have to hide. I got candles going on all the time. But if somebody is cooking something that I find offensive, and I mean, it didn't even have, it could be bacon, on a certain day, I have to hide. I'll start crying. And the same thing goes with taste. So I have very, very, very few foods that I'm able to eat. But yeah, that's me. That's my part of autism. But I'm saying even people who don't have autism have all got things that irk them. They've all got pet peeves. That's who you are. That makes you a human being. And here I am. I'm going to be, I guess I'm not going to make plans. I'm not going to make goals, but definitely into making this, this tribe. I was mentioning Cole Rothman, the surfer, earlier, and how he, I watched him the other day going out in those crazy, 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 the pipelines. And by the way, the pipeline is that surf you mentioned you saw in Hawaii 5 out. That is the same. That is the same wave. But coming back, and he's got his 2 pieces of a surfboard. Should I go out again? Well, the first time he goes, he breaks his leash. Has swim in through all this catastrophe of ocean, and he says, "I'm like an ant. I just keep on going." Well, I say be like Koa, keep on going. And the man is an inspiration. He didn't even know it. Ida says, "Yep, smells and certain textures really bother me too. Cold water on your skin, eek, yeah. Like this morning, for instance, reason I'm not dressed is I had clothes already, but I couldn't put my leggings on because I was afraid of the texture was just going to bother me. It was just, and they're not even tight leggings, they're kind of loose. And I knew that the t-shirt would feel a little bit tight, so I'm more comfortable in my, let's get hippie-ish, oversized t-shirt. That's what I'm going to show up to work in, you know what I mean? But, yeah, we're all different. I don't know what spectrum everybody's on, if there's more than one, or there's just one huge one, or there's a bunch of little umbrellas, and we're all, we're not perfect. And we all have things that we want to, oh, my knee. My knees are old. Oh, let me stretch my leg. Oh. Don't sit on your knees. That's not a good idea. Okay. Yeah, I would live. I would live in my flannel PJs too, but it's a little bit too hot in here all the time. But I've always worked online. I used to say my business suit is my pajamas. I mean, I'm not a fashion icon by any sense. I'm not here to. Oh, okay. Get ready with it. This is my headband. It's like that. What's it called? That design. I forget. Oh, paisley. Kind of paisley. I've got my big heart chips and some black socks on because black socks always go with tie-dye. And I've changed to these clear glasses. Mind you, I like the dark rims better. Better to get 5 pairs of glasses for $20. I mean, they were just reading glasses, the 3.75s, which is really all I need. 5 pairs for $20. I'm just saying. I could, cut 5 different colors of frames. Let's try the clear ones. But the clear ones kind of, I don't know. Okay. Always a bargain. So my plans for 2025 are no plans. Thank you very much. And gonna watch my YouTubers and some Emmerdale. That's pretty well all the plans I got for today. Let's see. Whatever if anything on the third. Let's see if we got holidays. What holidays we got? I'm hopping over to my website. New Year's Eve can come up in Science Fiction Day tomorrow. Okay, so yeah. Hey, I'll give you a list. If you go over to my link to my website, the science fiction movies. Because the 2nd is the birthday of Isaac Asimov. Yeah, the 50s and 60s. We got Kronos, a 1957 film starring Jeff Morrow and Barbara Lawrence. Tells the story of an unknown entity taking over a research facility. Scientist's mind in a quest to gain more and more energy. Now that's classic 50s sci-fi. Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's an Ed Wood film with Gregory Walcott, Tar Johnson, Mila Nurmi, and Bela Lugosi. Aliens arrive with ghoulish plans to stop the development of a doomsday weapon. What year was that one? 1957. That's the year I was born. Oh, they're both 57. Another 1957, Not of This Earth. A driving classic. Roger Corman's Not of This Earth. An alien agent is on a mission for blood in Southern California. Actors Paul Birch, Beverly Garland. Now, she was in My Three Sons, I believe. Maybe. Morgan Jones, William Rorick, and Anna Lee Carroll. So they're all probably 50s actors. Most of them I haven't heard of. 1963. The Yesterday Machine. No, wait a minute. I got 1965 down here. Ooh, typo. Features Tim Holt, James Britton, and Anne Pellegrino in a tale of a Nazi scientist who invents a time machine, enabling him to go back in time and change the outcome of World War II. Well, that might just be happening this year, in the United States this year. Make the tomorrow machine. Okay. This is not a test. 1962. Oh, now we're really getting into the scary stuff. Starring Seaman Glass, Thayer Roberts, and Aubrey Martin, this 1962 sci-fi film is about a state of emergency and possible nuclear attack on the USA. This is not a test. Is one of a number of movies reflecting Cold War, end of the world worries, which is also probably something we're feeling this year. Oh my gosh. Oh, and for sure, the next one is happening all over New Jersey. Earth versus the Flying Saucers, 1956, has extraterrestrials and flying saucers in an attack against planet Earth, starring Hugh Marlowe, Joan Taylor, and Donald Curtis. And finally, 1967, in color, The Solarnauts features David Garfield, Derek Fowlds, and John Ringham in the film about a team working to keep the solar system safe from alien threats. This is a British pilot show for a series that never happened. And there you go. So if you want to get a jump on Sci-Fi Day, there's a bunch of movies to watch, or you can watch them tomorrow. Oh, Isla says, I appreciate your encouragement. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you showing up here every morning, or I would have nothing. I would just, I don't know. I don't know. Because nobody else ever talks to me. I keep saying I'm going to try different times of the day, and I really should. But I got to learn more. I guess. I don't know. I got to learn more about promoting the YouTube, I guess. Anyways, we got this hour is up, and I'm going to go do my stats. And they'll be for the 31st. So my last stats of the year. I can start all fresh and new. The new calendar, and I'm not going to take this whole thing as seriously as I did, I think, last year. I think that's probably going in here on my first vlog, journal, whatever of the year. I'm going to try to not take things as seriously. I'm going to go with the flow and let things unfold naturally because I don't think I can do anything else. So, I'm going to go and spend a day in front of my television and watch my vloggers, research that guy, be like Hoa. Yeah, you have a super New Year's Day too. And many hugs to you, my Vancouver Island friend and companion here. That's one good thing came out of 2024. I did make a new friend. And that was one of the things I was wishing for when I was really, really sick. I said, just give me a friend, please. Yeah, there you are. And I'm glad to be your friend into 2025. So you have a wonderful day, Isla. And we'll see you in the morning, maybe. Yeah, I'll probably be here. Seems like my pain is getting a lot better. Besides, now that I'm writing down things I'm doing during the day, I've got something to talk about. I guess that class has helped me a bit. Anyways, Happy New Year to you, and see you tomorrow. Or maybe earlier, who knows.